Hi guys, welcome back to another online episode of Live Arts Party Fun at Home. Happy Earth Day! We have been doing all kinds of arts and crafts projects that will get us ready for summer, get our yards fun and colorful. So today is more of the same. And we're going to be doing bee and butterfly watering station. We all know how important bees are, and butterflies are little pollinators. They keep everything alive and beautiful and growing. So best way to keep them around and keep them healthy is to provide them with water and nectar, and just make sure that they pollinate. So that being said, let's get started. First things you're going to need, of course, a shallow Tupperware dish or a pie dish. Anything that you have, an old plate that has a lip, a bowl, something, whatever you have around the house. Remember, these projects are tailored so that way you use what you've got and you don't have to go out looking for anything. So we've got our little Tupperware. We needed about a cup full of gravel. So I've got this cute little pea gravel. If you have anything smaller, larger, just something that will give the bees and butterflies a post to stand on while they're drinking water, nectar, whatnot. And to decorate that, we're going to use markers. So Sharpies, whatever you've got. Nail polish is also another fun way. I know a lot of us have a bunch of these that we hardly ever use. So if you've got nail polish lying around, pull them out, shake them up. We need a couple of larger stones, not too big. You want them to be able to fit comfortably. Move this down a little bit. Oh. We want them to fit nice and comfy in our dish. So if you have a smaller dish, you might only need one or two. If you've got a bigger dish, you can grab a couple more. But this will provide a really nice, secure spot for the bees to land on, and butterflies. So that way they're safe from getting stuck in the water. So. Oh, and another thing that was not on the supply list that I completely forgot. If you have store-bought nectar, awesome. If you don't, you will need about a cup of water and 1/4 cup of sugar. And you can do this later on after we've decorated, but I'm just going to give you the ingredients and the parts to be able to make some nectar at home, which is always nice. I mean, we all have some form of sugar and definitely water at home, so you can make it whenever you run out. Okay, so from there, we want to make sure that our little dish is nice and bright and visible. The butterflies and the bees are always attracted to bright colors, so we want to make sure that we've got a dish that just kind of flashes, come and get me. So you can do this a number of ways. If you wanted to go to town with a Sharpie and start decorating, you can. You can also decorate the lip with nail polish, and I'm going to do that actually. So once you get all your stuff together, you just start having some fun. and putting color everywhere. So for this one, this doesn't have a flat lip on it, because this is an old Tupperware that I have, but it's got this little tiny seal right here. So what I'm going to do is just paint that whole band around there with this pink. Now, I do this because I am the type of person that cannot grow flowers to save my life. I've killed cactus. So I make sure to have lots of water for the bees and the butterflies throughout the summer, and lots of bird seeds, so that way I can have wildlife in my yard all year round. So once you get going, just paint. You can decorate, you can make flowers on it, whatever you want. This is a really simple project. I think the hardest part about this is going to be deciding where you want to put your little watering station, because this is just a fun, easy project. Best thing about nail polish is that you get a built-in little brush, and I'm just going to go around this and make the lip bright and then put it to the side. Yes, Rana, you will have to boil the water and the sugar, and I was gonna get to that after we make our little thing, because I don't want anybody to go off and start boiling and get busy doing their rocks and stuff and then forget about their water. So your nectar, you'll want it to be 1 part water. 10 parts water, 1 part sugar. So however much you're going to make, it can be stored. I prefer not to store mine in the house, because if you spill any or you don't seal it properly, you can get sugar ants. So, but we'll get to that later. So this just makes the lip a little brighter, so that way the bees and the butterflies will see it from a distance and come and take a gander at what we've got. Now the fun part. We are going to make little designs on our rocks. So you can do flowers, you can do bees or butterflies. I did a little ladybug, and so that one was with Sharpie. This is with nail polish, just a little flower. I've found that the darker the stone, hi Dwayne, the best to use nail polish, because it comes out really bright. You might have to do a couple layers, but I wanted to go through some designs with you guys. And so you just want to take a look at your rock and just kind of gauge what might look really cool on it. This one here I think would be make a really pretty rose. So first thing I'm going to do is draw out my design, and I will show you how to make a very simple rose for those who have a hard time drawing a rose. So I'm just going to make a nice squiggly circle in the middle. Put that close, just a squiggly little kind of circle. And then from there, I am going to work that squiggle all the way to the other side. So I'm just doing half a squiggle around. And then I'll go to the other side where I stop my squiggle and make another squiggle and connect those two squiggles. And then so where the two squiggles connect, I am going to make sure that my third squiggle catches the center of that. So this is a really simple way to do a very simple rose. And you just keep squiggling all the way around. Just keep going until you get it as large as you like. Now keep in mind, we are going to color all of those petals in. So you don't want to overwhelm yourself by going petal crazy. And there you go. That is the easiest way to draw a rose. Now we can add some little green leaves on the side if you'd like. We can do little green triangles. So I'm going to just make a little point, a little triangle right at the side, and do that on all four sides of my rock. And then we will color those in with green. So that is a simple rose. And then what you will want to do is take your nail polish and start coloring it in. So you might want to be a little conservative with the nail polish at first. You can do multiple layers, and you can do multiple colors. So a rose has many different colors to it. So you will want to take your time if you want to grab a couple of different colors of paint or Sharpies. That would really make them look very awesome. So I'm skipping petals because I am going to use two different colors of nail polish. And this is the same with Sharpies as well, if you're using Sharpies. So you just, like, I will grab the pink as well that I used. So I've got some hot pink right there. And I'll do a light neon pink. Kind of mix up the colors. Give it a little dimension. And you can totally mix up and combine Sharpies and nail polish. So like, I don't really have green nail polish, so what I will do is just take my Sharpie and color in those leaves, those little pointy leaves that we put on there. And so this is really a fun project. We do this every year at Arts Party, where we just get Sharpies and rocks and let everybody decorate them, and you can have them all over your yard. They're really fun, and they really just bring a pop of color into your yard. So, like, I got nail polish there. You can get Sharpies, and you can go in with a third color. Now remember, if you are using Sharpies on the rocks, there is a chance they might not last very long. The rocks can be very porous and rough on the tips of your Sharpies or your markers. So just know that before you start using them. Kind of got to be resigned to them not lasting too long if you're going to use them like that. So just keep coloring that in, and we'll work on a second design. So I'm going to put this one to the side. And I think for the next design, oh, let's do a butterfly. Now, butterfly is very, very easy to do. And then you can have fun designing it. I think I'll use this one. Thank you. So we've got a nice flat rock. And what we're going to want to do is do kind of a mushed heart. So you're going to want to go make your loops of your heart, and then when you bring them together, it's going to be kind of flat, kind of mushy, like if you just got the tip of the heart and squished it in. And you'll do 2 hearts just like that. So you got just 2 little mushed hearts together. It's the easiest way to do a butterfly. And then in the middle, you're just going to want to put a long little stick body. So it's just going to be a stick, just a straight line down the middle. Nice and simple. And I like to put a little round head at the top. So it's just a nice round dot. And then a couple of little antennas sticking up. So that is a nice, easy butterfly. For those of you that are just joining us. Okay, and then whatever designs you want in the middle, you are more than welcome to go to town. You can add dots, you can add a couple of little panels. Butterflies have so many beautiful different colors. I'm just putting a couple of little panels right there so that way I can color differently. And then the rock itself, we can go crazy and add so many different designs on here. We can do dots, we can do you can add little flowers. Let's see, I've got some pretty blues here, so I think I'm gonna do a nice blue butterfly. Make it your own as always, and have fun, get creative. Now, during the week someone asked why nail polish and why Sharpies. The reason being is nail polish is not going to come off in the rain. These will be in the water quite a bit, so the nail polish will last on the rocks and it'll seal itself basically. So it's what I assume a good number of people might have had at home. And Sharpies the same. Sharpies will last if they're wet, so you don't have to worry about. I've got some rocks in my yard that were Sharpied and they're still going strong 20 years later. So and just decorate, have fun with it. You can add a couple of little dots, give it some motion, make it look like your little butterflies flying off. You can add a sun, add some clouds, you know, make it a whole scene if you want to. Just have fun with it. And if you are using nail polish, remember to just kind of set them aside and not touch them for a little bit. They'll take a little while to dry and cure. Now for the next design, I think we can go with a daisy. Only thing is I don't have any yellow. But I'll show you the design. So we're going to want to make a circle, just a nice circle, somewhere in the middle of your rock, as close as you can get it. And you're going to want to just make a nice little petal. And it's like, like making the body of a fish, if you remember from grade school doing fish bodies. And you just take that all the way around. And just keep going all the way around. And if you've got some open spaces, you can close them up with a little, like half, so like this space right here. I'm just going to put a little tiny triangle to make that look like it's behind the other ones. And if you want, we can add a stem. So just put a stem right here and just running 2 lines parallel down towards the bottom. It's a nice, simple, and then you'll want to color it in. Now, like I said, I don't know where my yellow is, so I'm going to use orange. And you just color away. This, like I said, this is a super, super easy, simple project to do. It's mainly about embellishing. So once you get everything, you can go to town on it. You can grab a ton of rocks. We're in New Mexico, so there's rocks everywhere. Have fun with it. Grab a bunch of rocks and just make all kinds of designs. And they don't even have to stay in your little watering dish. You can add them to your yard. You can put them in your planters. Just have fun with it. And the great part about it is that kiddos can do it, and you can have a rock from every niece and every nephew, and they love it. The green, so we'll do green. All right. Is there any other flower that you guys want me to show you if you want an idea on how to draw it? I think, let's see. I think the last thing we'll do is a bumblebee. And a bumblebee is, again, simple. It's 2 circles, really. And let me see if I can. Okay. So you'll have one circle about the size of a dime. And then a second circle, more like an oval actually. And then from there, we're going to add a couple of wings. So those are going to be 2 more ovals right above. And these are actually going to overlap. Okay, now no bee is complete without their little stinger. So we're just going to add the little stinger. And you want the antennae. And we're going to do his little legs. So these are just little sticks. And so the face you can color all the way in using black, and if you have a white nail polish, you can make a little eye. I'm going to make a circle so that way I don't color in the eye, since I don't really have any white right now. And then color his face black. If you think of anything else you want me to draw or show you step by step on a basic kind of sketch of it, let me know. I don't mind doing that. And so I'm putting a little line here because when I watch the little bees in my yard, they've got little brown tummies. And so then you can start with the black stripes. And that is a very, very simple bee. And then you can proceed to color it in. Like I said, I don't know what happened to my yellow, but I'm going to hold on to this one so I can actually do it in yellow. I will color his little body. And I think for his eye, just for fun, I am going to use this cute little blue. I know it's not regular, but this blue is so pretty that I want to use it. And so what I'm going to do too is kind of just brush it on the rock and make it look like he's in the sky. It's a very simple project. You can do tons of them. Okay, so I've already done 4. And so I am just decorating, making it a whole scene. And I think I will do some grass on the bottom. So for the grass, I'm just getting my Sharpie. And just making little tiny lines down at the bottom. Nice and fun. Get creative and remember to send us your pictures. We want to see how your rocks turn out. We want to make sure, and we want to see how your bird feeders turned out from last week. So don't forget to take pictures of all those gorgeous projects and send them to us. Hi, Christine. Hope you and the kiddos give this a shot, because this is fun. And they really look so cute in the yard. I'll post a picture of the one I have in the yard, and I think I'm going to add a couple of these rocks too. But yeah, it's great. It's a great way to make sure our little pollinators are nice and watered from the summer, especially here in Socorro. It's really hot. We get real dry. So we want to make sure that we have water and sustenance for them, because they are really important to the environment. And the wings are usually see-through, so I'm not going to even color those at all. So those are just going to be clear like that. Okay. So once you have all your rocks decorated and they're dried and you've got them exactly how you like them, you want to go back to your dish and take your gravel and just fill it up about halfway. Now, if you don't have gravel or can't find gravel, you can use sand, not dirt. Dirt will just get muddy, and it's hard for them to actually funnel out the nectar if you use dirt. But sand stays porous, and you can actually put the nectar in there, and they can sip through the sand. But, so you'll have, anyway, you'll have your rocks. And then you're just going to kind of wedge your little decorative rocks in. Just want to kind of scooch them into your gravel and make sure that they've got a nice comfortable little fit. Nice and secure in there. And that's pretty much it for this. So your little station would be complete, and then all you'd need is your nectar or sugar water. So for sugar water at home, you'll want, you can make this in bulk. You can get a milk jug and make a whole bunch at once. Like I said, good to keep it outside, just because if it doesn't close completely airtight, you will end up with sugar ants. But usually I like to make it a cup at a time, and I will just keep it in a water bottle, a 20-ounce water bottle, and pour it in as you know, as it runs out. So you're going to take 1 cup of water, and you will set to boil, and make sure you boil it nice and good. And then you'll take 1/4 cup. So I've got 1 cup, 1/4 cup of sugar, and as this is boiling, you're going to want to dissolve the sugar in the water. I'm not going to do that, but I want to give you guys the recipe. So you'll make sure that the sugar is completely dissolved in the water, and then you'll let it set and cool down. Some people like putting food coloring in it. Red food dye, you can. It's not necessary. And once your sugar water is cool, you can just pour it in. And your little pollinators, you set it outside somewhere. I like to set mine out in between 2 large shrubs that we have. That's where the bees tend to kind of congregate. So I set it out, and you just watch, and within 15 minutes you'll start getting bees coming at you, and they're really, really sweet. They're not aggressive, and they're very grateful for the drink. So if you are a little weary of bees, just know that they're there for the nectar. They're not there for you. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is an extremely simple, very adorable project to do. And like I said, it's really great. It's real beneficial for your yard, and for the bees and for the environment. So yeah. I really want to see yours, see how yours turned out. So make sure to take pictures, put it out in the yard, and take some pictures for us so we can take a look at it.